Deep Search, the new AI agent in ChatGPT, is really great. A lot of people are using it to save hours on researching the internet, but there is a little problem. It's costing $200 a month to use. Ouch. But fear not, my friends. I have found an open source alternative that it's much cheaper to use. So grab a cup of coffee and let's try it out. The tool is called GPT Researcher. It's an open source coding project which has around 18,000 stars on GitHub. It's pretty good. It's been around since 2023 and it's basically a bunch of coders who decided to create the first type of agents that would help with research. How does it do it? It's using some openAI models, GPT-4o and Mini, but you could swap these models for other ones if you're running the fully flexible version yourself. It takes a task and then it divides it into different research questions. And then it divides these research questions into queries, and an AI agent goes, fetches websites, summarizes the content, and another agent pulls all of these different queries together into a structured report. In theory, that sounds a lot like what Deep Research ChatGPT does. Let's see if in practice it works out well. To run GPT Researcher, there are two ways. The most flexible one is to basically run the code yourself with Python and Docker. That's the most flexible one, but it can be complicated if you are a non-coder. But I want to make this video as simple as possible for non-technical people. So I found a quick way which requires only a few clicks and getting a couple of ID keys. Let me show you how to do it. So the easy way to run this is to use a platform called repocloud.io. It's basically a no-code platform that allows you to run a lot of popular open source repositories. So you just sign up and log in, and then you go to your dashboard. You will see you're given around $3 of free credit to try out the platform. Then you just click deploy a new app, search for GPT Researcher. There you go. Just click deploy again. Here you just create a name, test 1. And here you will be required to provide 2 API keys. API keys are basically long strings that identify you as a user to the services that provide these services. So openAI here for the AI models, and Tavily is a service that provides search programmatically. Don't worry, it's quite easy to find these API keys. I will leave instructions below, and if you have any trouble, just ask me in the comments. Let me just fill in my API keys, then leave the default auto scale on and just click deploy app. See you in 3 or 4 minutes after the app is deployed. Okay, so the app has deployed. You might have to refresh the dashboard page like I did. You've deployed now the code and the application on the internet. So congratulations if that's your first time. And so it looks like this. It's very simple layout. What would you like me to research next? What are the health benefits of a carnivore diet? So let's start simple. You can set up a short or a longer search. You can select different styles. Let's ask for critical. And then you can ask it to search the web or your documents. I think the documents is for when you deploy with a way to store your files. Here, with this simple way, you cannot store your files, so only choose the web for now. And then just click research. You see the agent is starting already to work on the task, and then it splits its workload through a few steps. It's gonna take a couple of minutes, so let's reconvene when it has finished on my end. Okay, it has finished. Let's see what it has done. It took it 3 minutes 52 to do the work. It finds some images. In my previous experience, the images are a little bit hit and miss, but here's the report. Exploring the health benefits of the carnivore diet. Overview of the carnivore diet and its historical context. With each paragraph, there are links. And typically, if you ask scientific questions, it leads to real papers of a scientific nature. And then what I like is that it has different paragraphs that are well structured. Here's short-term benefits and anecdotal evidence, potential risks and nutritional concerns. This is what was surprising me positively. It really goes through a lot of resources. Here it's important, once you've done one search, to not refresh the page, otherwise you lose all the information, but to save it in a PDF. And there you go, you have a 14-page report on this research task with a decent amount of references. And keep in mind, this one query has cost probably a few cents with OpenAI, and then you have this app deployed. It costs a few dollars per month. It's far away from the $200 a month to pay for O1 Pro of OpenAI. But let's try something different. Let's try not something research-like, but let's try something a little bit more fun. Please search for fan-based alternative endings Game of Thrones. And let's do a short and fast one. I wonder if it can follow this, because it's not about research papers, but it's really about the common stuff you find on Reddit or on fan fiction fora. And let's not make it objective. Let's do narrative, actually. And let's see what it comes up with. Let's see the result of this little bit more fun search. I did it in 1 minute, so it was pretty quick. All right, so it gives you context on why we would want to have a different ending to that epic series. And then, yeah, it found a few references with different stories. So you can go and have a look. Pretty decent. In this one, a more optimistic ending. The survivors of the war form a council to democratically elect a new leader. Wow, that's a departure from the theme of kind of lords and violence and authoritarianism, but hey, why not? That's not bad. For 2 minutes, it found basically a few stories. So all in all, it's not a bad attempt. So there you go, a cheaper alternative to deep search, which doesn't break the bank. I also know that the maintainers of GPT Researcher are working on a dedicated app where you could go on the website and just log on, and it will simplify the process compared to what I have shown. So keep an eye on their website. Again, if you have any problems with the setup that I've just shown you, just drop me questions in the comments and I'm happy to help. In the meantime, happy search!